So I have been expanding my collection of prime lenses. The body that I shoot on is a Sony a7 IV, and so I've been obviously exclusively buying E-mount lenses. I do have a couple of G Masters. This one is not a G Master. This is the 35mm f1.8 on the Aperture. And what I really like about this, I do video and photography work. And there are those times where I just don't have that much space to back up to video my subject. I tend to video subjects in a gym setting. And I don't always have a massive gym to be able to kind of back up and frame them exactly the way I want to. And so having a bit of a wider magnification, wider scope in my framing helps a lot, which is why I got this 35 as opposed to the 50mm that many of us usually shoot on when we're doing portrait photography or videography or anything like that. And so to be able to just get a little bit wider scope in my image when I can't back up that much and I want to still be able to see more of my subject, this thing has been fantastic. I've really liked the prime lenses. Taking away the zoom function seemed like something I was going to hate at first, but I actually have found I don't mind it. I can always crop in a little bit later and just shoot a little bit wider in the meantime. And then in post-production be able to get the exact image that I want. So I want to show you just a quick example of the magnification differences here across these lenses. I'll go ahead and snap a picture just of my office door here. And you will notice that you can see a little bit of my two monitors to the right and the left and my laptop there. I took an image with my 85mm lens right before, which you can see is, you know, heavily zoomed, so to speak. We're seeing much less of those monitors, just a touch of it. And then with the kit lens that came with this, it is a 28-70 zoom lens. And when I shot that at 28, you can see it is significantly wider. So the 28 is definitely my widest lens, but there is a big difference in the aperture that I can get with this one because this one goes all the way down to a 1.8. The kit lens only goes to a 4.5. And so I can get much more light with this. And in most instances, I am willing to sacrifice a little bit of the width of my image and how broad of composition I can create if it means that I can get a lower aperture and let some light in and be able to manipulate my bokeh a little bit better. You know, being able to soften that background and really make my subject stand out is definitely worth the money for that aperture difference. So I'm a big fan of this. I like how lightweight it is, especially compared to my G Masters, which are big and relatively heavy, certainly significantly heavier than this. You can see a marked size difference in them. But this is a killer lens. I've used this a lot, actually a lot more than I expected, both for video and photography, and I'm a big fan. So if you don't want to spend quite as much money as the G Master brand of the Sony lenses, but you still want good quality in an E-mount lens, this is a fantastic option.